All right, guys, how we doing? Welcome to the Punk Rock Condition, where we explore, discover, and appreciate all things punk rock. Here on today's episode, we are doing episode 1 of Flawless Albums, where we're going to be taking a look at albums that I deem to be perfect from front to back. And I figured it'd be super easy to start off with a softball. And I picked Operation Ivy's Energy from 1989. I don't think there's anybody near or far that would have anything to say about this album not being exactly what it is, which is a cornerstone for the genre from every aspect. This album is woven into the fabric of punk rock forever, and we're lucky to have it. So many memorable songs. I know right off the top of my head, Green Day, Millencolin, Big D, Real Big Fish, right? Tons of bands have covered Op Ivy. And what's so impressive is that they were only here for 2 years, man. 2 years, 87, 89. And Energy's impact is still felt and will always be felt. Incredibly influential. Almost a genre-bending record. This combination of punk and ska had never been heard quite done like this before. Before I get too far into it, let's not forget who's in the band, right? You got Jesse, Tim, Matt, and Dave. The star power in that room, man. Tim and Matt, of course, being Tim Armstrong and Matt Freeman in Rancid. Operation Ivy being the antecedent to Rancid. And Jesse Michaels, the singer, went on to do other great things, which I'm going to touch on in another video, in particular Classics of Love. Man, they kick ass if you haven't heard of them. Imagine being such a good singer that Tim Armstrong and Matt Freeman are taking a back seat to you. Jesse's vocals, man, they come across like he knows something you don't know, man. That it's almost like a controlled chaos of a sound from him and from the whole band. Tim obviously is who he is, and Matt is who he is now with Rancid and all. But back when they were young peers, Jesse was leading the charge, and it's just so impressive, you know. But Energy, just the original release had the 19 songs, right? And they since have added 8 more tracks, every one of them being good. But when you look at like Knowledge, Sound System, Jaded, Take Warning, Crowd, Bombshell, Unity. I mean, has there ever been a goddamn album to start off with bangers like that? I mean, just whew. And every single song is good. All the way down to the end. It's just hook after hook after hook after incredibly well-written song. And, you know, Operation Ivy and Energy is a byproduct of the Bay Area and the Gilman Street situation that took place. With that fertile, creative ground with all those incredible artists and all the creativity that was going on there. I don't think there's any denying that Tim Yohannan and Larry Livermore would agree that Energy is probably the most important singular album that came out of that whole scene. Yes, I understand Green Day came out of it, but one time I heard Fat Mike in an interview saying, who's the greatest ska punk band of all time? And he was like, Operation Ivy. I would disagree with him in that Operation Ivy is not the greatest ska punk band of all time. They just don't have enough material, and they don't have a horn section. But Energy might damn well be the number 1 ska punk album of all time. Let's not overlook the artwork. It's like the first patch on any punk fan's backpack is the little guy, and I think Jesse was behind it. I don't know if he drew it or how, but I think he was behind that. So that's pretty fucking cool. How much they accomplished with just one album is crazy, and it's so appropriately named because I know that they recorded it really quickly in a day or two, And I think they were just kids that had all this momentum, right? And all these great songs, and they just went into the fucking studio and just bang, 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 bang. It almost feels like a live album when you listen to it, the way that it goes or the way that it flows. Gilman Street and the East Bay should be super proud that this is the shining, if there's only one thing to hang your hat on that came out of that scene, and that's not the case. But if there was only one, what a flagship to have, man. I was in a band at one point where we did Operation Rancid, where we would cover one set of full Operation Ivy and then the second set Rancid. So I'm a huge fan, you know what I mean? I love them. So what'll be so awesome with this series of videos is that at some point there'll be a nice playlist of nothing but all the records that I consider to be flawless albums. So I really look forward to putting that together. Yeah, let me know if you agree, and if there's any other albums that you think are flawless that you wouldn't mind having me take a look at. Punk Rock Condition, Flawless Albums, Episode 1, Operation Ivy Energy. See you on the next one.